Hello, this is Chip, your librarian. How are you doing today? So today we're going to kick off our screen sharing series with archive.org, also known as Internet Archive. This is basically a public library on the internet. So if you Google Internet Archive or type in archive.org, it takes you to this page. This is the home of the Wayback Machine. We will probably talk about that someday. If we scroll down, we see community audio, community video, community texts. Those are user uploaded audio, video, and texts. Not as interesting for what we're doing today, but you may find some curiosities in there. But yeah, you just scan through here, live music archive, folk sound to me, which is a nice world folk music collection. Um, Along the bottom, we see Grateful Dead, which is a wonderful resource for deadheads and dabblers like myself. And then up here, we have the Pralinger Archives and the feature films. Pralinger Archives, we will definitely do another screencast about. But today we're going to do feature films because there are some pretty fun stuff to watch in here, and I'm a big fan of cheesy cinema, and this has plenty of cheese. So we'll click on this highlighted feature films tab icon, what have you. And here we are in that page. So we start off with genres: sci-fi, horror, comedy films, silent films, film noir, and the Video Seller Collection. Film Noir has a fabulous movie, Detour, in there, as well as a number of other great films. Silent Films has The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which is early horror film. Um, Comedy films, as you see, has Laurel and Hardy, and I believe The Three Stooges. The Video Seller Collection is more exploitation films that, for the time, was pretty salty, pretty tame by our standards, I would think. I've only seen little snippets. Who knows? Could be surprised. And then sci-fi horror. Now, since I want some utter cheese, I usually go into sci-fi and horror. We can scroll down here. We have some salty titles like Sex Madness and Doctor Sex, but we also have the original Fast and the Furious. We have Night of the Living Dead, which was actually an exploitation film that had some crossover appeal and was really the first zombie film named as a zombie film. There were other films that portrayed the undead, but that. We got Charlie Chaplin in here, Reefer Madness in the lower right corner. Today I'm going to go for the cheesiest of the cheese, the king of the cheese, Doctor Edward D. Wood Jr. He was a film director from the 40s, and he was portrayed by Johnny Depp in Tim Burton's film Ed Wood. He was the worst film director of all time, and his masterpiece, whether it be the worst thing he had ever done, or the most accessible thing he had ever done, or the best thing he had ever done, was Plan 9 from Outer Space. And that is right here for free for us to watch within the copyright laws. We are good to watch it. So you just hover your mouse over anywhere where your icon turns into a pointing finger, and you click on it, and it takes us into the screen where we can access the movie. If you scroll down, you see download options over on the right-hand side. If you have slower internet service and you don't want it to constantly buffer, perhaps downloading is a better option for you. But we see a little bit about our copyright notice here, why it's available in public domain. We have a nice IMDb link here so that you can kind of see what the cast and so forth is. And then you have a place where you can submit comments. But if we scroll back to the top, just like in YouTube, we can actually just click on that arrow and start watching. And why not just put it on full screen view up in this corner with those arrows? And we hit this button, and we will enjoy. Cheers.